right, here we go. Another day at Tatro Machine. Okay, Tatro, what are we working on today?
Another week. That piece of crap over there.
That piece of crap. Let's see. That belongs to a customer.
But it doesn't make any difference around here.
Well, let me clarify for the viewing audience. We are not big into chrome here at Tatro Machine.
So I already spent 3 days cutting the chrome off the parts and ladders.
So
I got to try to get the bearing race out here that I thought were already out. But
okay, so we're working on the floor.
and the chance of this happening is about nil.
Why are we working on the floor? Because it's a solid area, right? What's that drift? Is that a custom-made drift?
Some dumbass made it.
Do they always go out the opposite way?
It was out this way. I had to see if it would fit in the hole.
Okay, but that's what I'm curious to know.
Someone put a bunch of chrome inside the damn hub. Problem is this tool isn't fitting in a hole because
Okay, you and I were talking earlier, when you leave races in, the chrome has a tendency to bond it to the...
there, it went in. Okay, so now that spreads part the clamshell, which catches the bearing race. Now you can beat it out with a hammer. Now somebody already broke the hub, it wasn't me.
The chromers did it, I'll bet.
So now you take a little hammer. Give it a little love tap.
And it doesn't seem to be moving. Coming?
It's out there now.
Okay, gotcha. Here's a question for you. By the time they
There's the chrome race.
by the time they plate it with copper and then chrome, what kind of thickness would we be looking at?
Depends on who did the job.
Well, ultimately, you want thin copper and heavy chrome, correct?
You want just enough copper to make this. Copper's like a primer.
Right.
It gets the.
Fills in the impurities.
That's just not like a primer. It's like a. Well, it could be a primer or it's like a body filler. Anyway, it makes the surface so you get rid of all the pits and makes it smooth. Then you have the nickel goes on. The nickel is basically like your clear coat on a two-paint system.
Right.
That clear coat, I mean, that's the base color. And then the chrome is like the clear coat. It's a real thin layer just on top.
Okay, so you're looking at...
Ideally, you don't want it to be any thicker than it needs to do the job.
Right.
Anything extra just flakes off because you've only got so much strength.
Right.
Big and thick is not good on a lot of things, and chrome is one of them.
Okay, now the base metal itself there you're working on is what? Cast aluminum, right?
Yes. Now this one I'm trying to catch the edge of the bearing race, but it doesn't want to catch in here because there's too much chrome in the hole.
So that leads to the question, why would somebody take a beautiful aluminum casting and want to chrome it?
Because they want that shiny.
Well then, I don't know what to say. More money than sense, I'm guessing.
So you have to beat that in there to get it between my bearing races. Now it's in there, my puller, I mean. Now I can knock it out.
A press wouldn't be a good application for that?
I need blood on my
I didn't see that. Would you hit it with a hammer?
No, that stupid ass chrome down here got me.
Flaking off, huh?
I'm holding the punch.
Yep, it's coming. Did you make that tool?
Yep.
Is there a tool available?
I made this part. These you buy.
Okay,
See, they got a lip on it that catches the bearing race.
let's see. Oh yeah,
The clamshell pulls out, holds it in there. It
Gotcha.
allows it to catch on the taper part. And it came out. You smell the stinky ass,
yeah.
greasy rear end type fluid in there.
So let's see, we're gonna clean these up and reuse?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, just asking. We always try to save the customer money here at Tatro Machine.
That's right. We got to spend about 5 hours cleaning each one of those up.
Okay.
It's very important.
What are we looking at in new bearings to do a rear wheel? What?
$550.
No, I'm serious. Parts-wise, what are bearings and races?
Depends on what you buy.
All right, so they're different qualities or what?
Yeah.
All right, you prefer what? Seal bearings, I know.
I have those. Those are special.
Okay.
I have Timken bearings.
Okay, so what's your preference, so, in the racing department?
Timken bearings are what you use.
Okay, just asking. I don't know. I'm just wondering what they would, you know.
If you want to do a ball bearing conversion in here, they used to make them and I have them, but they haven't made them in 10 years.
Okay. Are you going to dress any of that sharpness up with a draw file or anything?
What sharpness?
You know what I'm talking about. You're bleeding from that fucking sharpness in there.
Just clean out the crap. Want a nice flat surface to hit against the bearing race.
You think we're going to mount any tires tonight?
Nope. So now it's nice and clean all the way down.
Yeah?
I already
Okay.
machined all the chrome off of here.
All right.
And it didn't flake the chrome on the side because the milling machine is a real nice
Nice
cut.
and sharp. Yeah, beautiful.
And the cutter was cutting inward, not outward.
Right,
so
right.
It didn't pull it off. And I cut only a couple thou down at most. You can still see the original dimples in the aluminum. Just enough to clean the surface, no extra.
And why did you do that? Because you wanted it to mate up properly,
So
correct?
it's nice and flat and true and round.
Okay. Was it off before?
I don't know, it's chrome, who knows?
All right, there you go. That's what I was wondering. So you're going to use the press to install the bearings, correct?
Yep. I don't have to. I can use the same tool.
Don't you get more even down pressure with the press?
Yeah, maybe. Depends. These are my old races. My mock-up races and my mock-up bearings. I said one of my bearings is missing. Somebody needed one, I guess, one day. My parts are free. I guess that's what everybody thinks.
Well, we're putting a metal detector there.
You can scale.
We're here at Tatro Machine, we always trust the customer. Except for Rick, we don't trust him at all, right?
Trust me to be a thief, what you're saying?
No, that would never happen.
All right. Brand new bearings.
Yes, sir.
You can
What's going on, this person?
Hold on a minute. Just one sec. I'm filming here. All right, the gun.
Okay, let me go clean these.
All right. All right, we're still working through on this here. A little bit of a delay. So we're going to try to assemble these bearings. Tatro's got to go clean some stuff.
Two axle adjusters.
Two axle adjusters. Hey, while we're doing this, Don Lipsky, I sent you a letter today. If you're watching this, I sent my phone number and address. Give me a call. I want to chat with you. Got a couple ideas for you. Don Lipsky, BNSF man. All right, back to work here. Okay, we're going to press, huh? Oh, I guess that would work.
See the dark now.
No lubrication on that, huh?
Nope.
And why is that?
Don't need it.
Okay, that's the answer I was looking for.
Has a layer of goo in there already. Don't need more goo.
Okay, so that's just the new race.
Yeah, it's new bearing races.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier you thought those were in pretty deep. Are they still in deep?
Yeah, they're in there deep now.
And why so?
When they make them.
Just the way they are. All right, there's the answer I was looking for.
Well, then it roll on the floor, we're good. Okay, here's our wheel bearing checking tool.
Wheel bearing checking tool, okay.
Yeah. It might resemble a FX front axle,
Okay.
possibly. Could be a Sportster though, too. Not sure what year. It's 3/4 inch, all I care about. So, bearing, and wheel spacer. Bearing.
Hey, so while we're talking here, how's t-shirts sales been, Tatro? Good?
What do you think?
Little loose in my book. What's that cause from?
You don't like that?
Wouldn't work for me.
It's because everything's different. Let me tighten it up.
Get a bigger hammer.
How's the t-shirt sales? We sold
Yeah.
out of the popular stuff.
We're already sold out. They only came in last week.
Yeah.
Hey, also, there's been a question. We've been getting some feedback on YouTube. They would like Fred and Alan to start autographing all t-shirt sales. But in the last board meeting, it came up, staff meeting,
Staff meeting.
you were a little concerned that they weren't requesting your autograph.
Yeah, like I give a crap.
Well, all right. So I'm starting a campaign here now
Yeah, great.
that all t-shirts that leave here
Must be autographed by you.
by you.
That is not happening.
Hey, we want to keep the viewing public happy. If they request it, we're going to do it.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
All right.
I'm not gonna give you a kiss either.
You don't have to give me one. It's the people that are buying your shirts that are asking.
Don't buy them.
Yeah, come on. They're already sold out. All right, what are we going to do here now?
They're not all sold out. Only like the larges and
All right.
the larger.
So what do we still have in stock? Triple extra large, long sleeve.
You don't pile up front.
All right.
This go around the large black short sleeves are the hot sellers.
Okay.
Last time it was the 2X stuff. Everything was out.
All right, but we also have a store now where you can check the inventory, correct?
Yeah,
All right. We actually have a web page store.
it's a website.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. And you update that, correct?
It updates automatically.
Okay. So all right. So if it shows in stock, you're good to go.
If it's in stock, it's in stock.
All right. Well, that's good. We don't want anybody sending money and we can't fill the order.
Well, that's not a very good sign there. That thing is harder than hard. Boy, that bit's extremely dull. Yeah, that's really hard.
Yeah, I can hear it.
That's probably not cuttable.
Is that the spacer?
Yeah. That thing is super hard. That's crank pin material.
Hmm.
Those are hard.
When you see sparks coming off of it?
When it sparks off my bit, I know it's hard.
All right, I hear you.
All right. So that means we are not going to be cutting this one down. We're going to get a different one.
Now that's an axle spacer, right?
Yeah, there's no reason for it to be heat treated like this.
Who made that?
Harley, they just got a little carried away under heat treating it.
Oh, wow, okay.
This is 436 thousandths. So we could go find something that's a little bit shorter than 436. You got one?
I got it in my back pocket,
I
yeah.
thought you did.
Okay. I knew it was a test. Been carrying it around for a week.
Just like that.
Well, I knew you were going to ask. Okay, we'll go over here to stock. Boy, the place looks pretty good after that housekeeping session we had.
Yeah, when was that?
Look at that. Boy, if we ever have an earthquake in California, I got a feeling we're in trouble.
There, almost out of those.
Whose fine Sportster motor is that right there?
Where?
That one right there under the cover.
That ain't very fine.
The owner thinks so.
Yeah,
That's okay.
they can think what they want.
Pride and ownership, you know how that is.
For what? It's yellow. What the hell is yellow?
I've never seen this done before.
Can I come in the plug?
Is that a regular plug? What, do we just shift by sound or just wind it up till we hear the valves float?
When it clicks pull and shift,
Oh, that's all right.
just like the race boat.
I know a racing guy that does that.
Yeah, look, we got 432 right there. Okay, see, we're already getting, we're almost there. Okay, what size is this going to be? So much clearance do you want on this thing?
Well, I would say buy the book, but that wheel's never seen Milwaukee, so you like that better?
Tighter.
That tells me the rim's not made to spec, right?
You change bearings, it changes things.
Yeah, but it's what's holding the bearing.
See, I actually pressed the races all the way into the
Yeah, I saw that. So now we're going to have to massage them a little bit.
We got to compensate. Okay, now we know what we got. Now we're going to make it less.
You're not going to put a butter washer spacer in there or nothing, are you?
Yes.
Are you?
Aftermarket. They don't heat treat aftermarket parts.
I know it.
Of course, the bit might be dull now too. That was a nice, brand new sharp bit I used too.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, it's vintage. Didn't do anything?
Didn't look like it.
I did. It comes up quick because it's on a taper. You take a couple thou off, it takes more than a couple thou of material out. That's really smooth.
What would this piece be? Pedro?
Look at that.
What would something like that be?
That's a panhead holder.
Oh.
Put panhead heads in there.
Oh.
This piece was made, this one welded this on there to hold the light in the mill.
Nice.
So you flip the head upside down, stick it in there, you can mill the head.
I got you.
I have different ways of doing it now. That was stuff we did back in the 80s like that. I have better tools now.
You know, it's amazing everything that it takes to make this come out right. People just think you call up your neighborhood chopper shop and just order it. Huh.
That's what I did, order up the spacer. Now I need custom length.
Maybe that's how they did it back in the bad old days, but today things are different. Attaboy, look at that.
It's a good thing I took a couple thou off. See the end play? Oh, now I got an end play.
What would cause that?
The rollers are tapered, they go into zero. So you have to get the rollers all the way out to get an actual end play. So now I got clearance again. It was nice and snug, but then got looser.
Well, you like it a little bit, don't you?
Very little. So I'll take 2 more thou off. We'll take it off the other side this time.
All right, we'll be back here in a minute. Okay, he's back at it.
There we go.
You like it?
Yep. Can't see from over there though.
Yeah, well, I've got a whole picture of it.
Can't hear the burn stuff.
None. 0. Little bit.
Yeah.
Click, click.
Here. Couple thou.
I'd say I'd go with that.
Perfect. So I cut 4 thou off of that spacer, roughly.
Was that a new old stock axle spacer?
Aftermarket new old stock.
Okay. Well, obviously it wasn't made
I
properly.
bought it probably 15 years ago. I bought a whole bunch of them things. I buy in volume.
Okay.
So I only had like 8 more in that package over there. So
Okay.
I'm almost out of these. You have to have volume of merchandise. Okay, so now we got that fixed. So now, right there,
When you're doing the kind of volume business that we do here
1 a year.
in San Diego,
I do a wheel like every 3 years.
when we're not out drinking margaritas and watching the sun go down.
Now this is a big spinner, so we're going to put the big dollar grease in
Okay.
here.
Hey, did that gun oil ever come across? Tribodyne gun oil?
I haven't. You didn't have anybody want to test it.
Oh, I'll test it.
You didn't have a gun you want to use it in.
Well,
You can also use it in throttle cables and other stuff.
Oh, all right. But it's labeled gun oil. You know, before long, that'll be legal in California. Illegal.
We don't care.
Well, you say that now.
I say it all the time. I don't care.
Okay. You know, on YouTube, they're going to stop showing YouTube videos on guns and stuff.
They are.
Yeah, when only outlaws, when race bikes are outlawed, only outlaws will have them.
So the Taliban's going to have a new place to do their bomb making videos now?
Yeah.
Those exempt because they're religious.
Hey, that's some pretty nice looking grease. Wow, look at that.
It's that Tribodyne.
It's almost like a tar.
Yeah, this
And
is-
we sell that stuff up at the counter. And what do you get for a tub of that bearing grease?
that tub you don't get. This came in a tube. I put it in a tub.
Oh, okay.
He sent me the tub. The tub's like $300. But
No shit. Wow.
The-
So what's a tube cost for some bitchin' grease?
Well, there's 3 different levels of this grease. This is the cheap stuff.
All right. So tell us about it. What does it do?
It was like, I don't know, 60, 70 bucks a tube. I forget how much.
No kidding. Wow.
That's the cheap stuff. Then they got the intermediate grade, which is double that. And then they have the really good stuff for the NASCAR wheel hub bearings and the racers that really want the good stuff. And that's at 360 bucks
For a tube.
for a container like that.
Oh, wow.
The first one only comes in a grease gun tube, and then these come in tubs. But I told them mix with smaller packaging so for our Harley guys, so we can have little 2-ounce containers of it.
3-stage technology.
So it's the same crap you got in your motor. It makes your motor run good. It's the same stuff.
Only in grease form.
Right.
So is
And I probably don't need to put anywhere near this amount of volume in here, but
is the melting point different? I mean, what benefits do you get out of it? Except less friction. I know that. That's what we're
Well,
searching for, right?
The stuff, the stuff embeds into the steel and eliminates metal-to-metal contact.
Okay.
That's what it does.
That's what I wanted to know.
So if you don't have the metal-to-metal contact, you free up a lot of drag. You get rid of drag. So that's what makes it work. And it has a very, very high melting point, like in thousands of degrees.
Okay.
So it doesn't go away.
When you clean it with solvent, is it hard to clean with solvent? Or does it, you know what I'm saying?
It's,
You know, you would think it would have that same effect.
it still is in there, but solvents cuts all the stuff. Fred just took his Jeep motor in to have it rebuilt
Right.
because he blew the transfer case out of the thing.
Right.
So now he's doing the motor. He said he was over here a couple days ago. So he took it into the motor to rebuild the place to have the motor rebuilt, and they said that he had the Tribodine in there, and he said that stuff sure does clean good. It was hard to clean
Well, that's what I was asking.
because the motor it still had all the oil up inside the motor where you needed it.
Right.
Even though the motor hadn't run in a couple months now or a month.
Right. Right.
So probably a couple months. So but it was still fully lubricated because it was all up inside of it.
Well, like I said, I treated that Hummer to a Tribodine oil change, and you know,
Well, you haven't said how that turned out yet. So
well, it seemed to
It's a
start
secret.
pretty nice. I haven't checked the mileage in my van yet.
is that a gasoline Hummer?
Diesel.
Diesel.
I use this in all diesel.
Okay, so instead of putting a big ton of this grease in here, I'm just going to put that much there and this, and we're done. We're not going to load it up with a bunch of more grease.
Okay.
But that right there was probably, $3 worth, at least.
Well, when you get to the point when you're doing this, I mean, are you going to short hit it or you want to do it right? I mean, you could go down there and buy that crap.
We got a couple $1,000 worth of brakes and stuff on this bike, so spending the $10 for grease or $15, whatever I think I'm using. Time I do all the bike, the grease on the whole bike, we're probably looking at.
Do you actually put
$20.
that on the ticket work order?
It's called chemical charge.
Okay, that's what I was curious.
It just averages out.
Gotcha.
So you got to kind of figure out how much of this you used, and we got to do the neck bearings, the wheel bearings. You got 6 different bearings we got to pack. That's going to use up a lot of grease.
Yep, gotcha.
So you figure you're going to use $20 worth of grease at least.
Now those are Timken bearings, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have a preference when you build your stuff?
For what?
Well, bearing selection. You like old school ball bearings, so don't you?
Well, the wheels come with Timken. That's how they're made. They're not made
Okay.
for balls.
Okay, that's what I was just asking.
A ball is a conversion that you have to do. I just have the special ball bearing conversions they used to make back.
I would
in the
think you
90s.
could make a finer adjustment on a ball bearing.
My biggest problem is I torque the axle so much I crush the axle tube and the bearings become tight.
Well, that's why I'm saying with a ball bearing, you couldn't do that.
So on ball bearing, I don't have to worry about the bearings being tight because I can crush them all I want. They don't get tighter.
That's right. That's what I was thinking.
So that's why I put them in there. There's a spot I missed, I guess. So I put them in there. I'm not sure how they're holding up or not. I haven't looked at them lately. I only got probably 8 miles on that bike this year.
Well, I'm sure they're still okay, but
Well, I used to crush them. They'd be tight every time I looked at the wheels. The wheel didn't want to turn. They're tight. So when things are tight, it costs speed.
yep.
The NASCAR guys don't even use grease anymore in their hubs. They use oil.
Because they find that lighter.
Yep, less drag, more speed.
Well, when you want to win.
Oh, I can't do this yet. I got a problem. Okay, so now I got dirty ass grease, but I want to wipe it off because it costs too much. So now I got to try to put it back in a tub.
You could go ahead and pick your nose.
Then I'd have it in my nose.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. You got a putty knife or something?
Pick my ass with it, but
Yeah, that wouldn't work either.
there's already ass lube in there, so that's okay.
Yeah. That's from the customers getting you though, Tatro. You're supposed to be on the delivering end, not the receiving end.
I had to check it out.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, if you're waking up like that, feeling a little funny down there, maybe you ought to change.
To check it out, make sure.
Well, you never know. It's just a suggestion,
Okay, now I'm good and dirty.
All right. Where's your rag? Shop rag.
I'm not even wasting my time on the rag. We're going right back to the cleaning.
All right. He's going back in the racing department. Well, I'm sure. Well, it's doing its job. Yeah.
Drag stop in there.
All right.
Okay. Now I got a mess on my container, which I can't stand messy containers. So I gotta wipe my container off. Nothing worse than grabbing a grease container and filling your hands up full of grease.
I hear you. Get the top on there and keep contaminants out of there.
Yeah, well, Walker's not here.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything. He's all right. I'm proud of him. He's a veteran.
Okay, so now I got a seal lubricated. Almost went in.
Reuse that seal or a new one.
The new one. These are the incorrect ones also.
They are?
Yep.
What are we doing then?
I'm putting the incorrect ones in because I like them.
Okay.
There we go.
I would have thought that should have been flush.
Nope. It's supposed to go even deeper because there's a snap ring in here,
Gotcha.
which we're not using. I'm not putting a snap ring back in. I'm flush to this here.
Gotcha. Gotcha. The chip.
It's broken.
Yeah.
So that'll keep the bearing on. These old wheels, they had washers and snap rings, so the bearings couldn't fall out when you flip them over like this. But, you know, when you're on a bike, there's an axle that holds it all together, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So where's my sleeve at? Right there. This piece. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lube up the bearing race. Then layer in there. The problem with this grease is I forget which motors I put it in, which bikes I use it on, and ones I don't use it.
So what's that mean?
The testing might not be every accurate.
Oh, well, that's all right.
How am I going to do a 30,000 mile test on this one?
I don't. You know what? Anybody that's riding their bikes, we've only got that one guy that comes in here that got that 250,000 miles on his bike.
Yeah,
Still riding it. Never been apart.
that's what they claim.
That's what he claims. He's not lying.
Don't have a speedo to work either.
He was an aircraft mechanic. I think he's got a pretty good idea on what he's got going. Nice fella.
So you're ready to flush with that snap ring. I can go a little bit below if I want. I can go down another 1/4 inch if I wanted to. They take those short seals in these wheels, even though they're made for big, tall ones.
I think I would have machined that off to the snap ring.
You know, that's a shoulder that helps support things, though.
I guess you're right.
I didn't buy axle hardware for it. Alright, so we need to sprocket over here. There's a mock-up sprocket. Because you got that 6-speed tranny, we need the spacer in here.
The 6-speed tranny's wider than the stock one?
It's got a different offset too, yeah. The other problem is this doesn't fit. See, I need a hammer so I got control of what I'm doing. Now we gotta cover this up.
I wouldn't like that.
It's chromed right on the edge. See how the chrome's flaking on?
Chrome. What's all that silver raining off of the thing?
Stupid ass chrome.
Chrome. Junk chrome.
It's flaking off the top. I didn't cut it off. problem is it's flaking into parts that matter. This sprocket doesn't want to go on here. Mine fit on there better. And a big chunk flew off.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
See, I left the chrome on there so it looked pretty. Now it's become a
Causing us
problem.
nothing but trouble.
That's right.
And you paid for that.
This doesn't want to go on there, so I guess we're not going to lock up with this piece.
I guess not.
So let's use a different piece of crap. See a sprocket laying around there somewhere?
No.
There's a bunch of stuff laying out here at one time. It's all hidden. Yeah, we only use brand new parts for mock-up.
Well, we're assembling it though, aren't we?
A mock-up. Just as tight as the last one. Except this one went on. Oh, sure, there's no marks in the new chrome, is there?
That's nothing. That's just a little oil.
Okay. It'll be harder to sell this for new now.
Do what?
It's going to be harder to sell this for new parts now that it's been locked up.
You, over the years, have had to clean chrome, have you not?
Yep.
It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it blacks all chrome.
Let's spend a lot of time cleaning chrome instead of having fun.
I quit cleaning that bike in 1982 or 3.
And what happened to all the chrome on it?
It hasn't been cleaned since.
Went to shit too, probably.
Gonna grow plating chrome, it's good stuff.
Well, that's good stuff. Those were nice folks down there. Been there a long time.
Yep.
Gone now.
Yeah.
Huh? I had all my stuff done down there years ago.
Yep. Kid doesn't put the tools away when he's done with them.
Who's that?
Kid bought my truck.
Keep letting them have them.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Say no.
Oh, is that what it is?
Practice. It's okay.
I'll learn one of these years. All right. Brand new wheels on there. Where's your new space to go on the rest of the new parts?
Do not know.
Oh. 2 3/4 inch spacers. You got any? These are 3/4. That's one of them. You only want chrome, right?
Well, if it was my bike, yeah, I just want chrome.
This one's been cut down from something else.
I'm glad you did that. That son of a gun's been bugging us all night.
Big ass. That was a horse flock from
Yeah, he
Texas.
was.
We're in San Diego.
Yeah, you'd think Scooby would have got him.
Yeah. Okay. Quarter inch spacer. Axle tube in the wrong spot. There you go. Okay, where's your brake rotor at?
Don't know.
It's over there. That's not going to work. That's how good the other wheel is. It can only be off by that much. Then it's got 5/16 instead of 3/8 holes in it, so it's a front brake rotor, not a rear. Where's your mock-up rear one at?
Don't know.
You have one?
Hasn't come in yet.
Yeah, problem. That's the problem. Nobody brought any of the stuff to do the mock-up with. Got a bunch of front ones. So you don't mind when I use all these new parts for mock-up and they don't use them.
I'm just going to be quiet and listen to you talk.
This has 3/8 holes in its rear wheel.
That's pretty.
It has a register for an early wheel because it's an early one. Now see how much clearance you got?
Yeah?
That's how far it can be off, is only that much. Now you put that on the front wheel I just cut over there, we got 60, 70 thou clearance, 3-4 times that amount. Not very good. Okay, where's your bolt that goes in there?
Don't have them.
You missing that too?
They're special.
Yeah, we don't have those laying here, do we?
Didn't see them.
Yeah, let's go find me some special bolts. What kind of special bolts do you want?
They got to have a thin head on them.
Thin head?
Yep.
Yeah, more so. What kind of special thin head do you want? You want Allen, Torx head, hex head? What do you want?
Something flush.
You want the new style Torx head flush? You want the old style hex head flush? What variations does he want?
I would wait to ask him.
Why? It's my parts.
Well, he's gonna. Well, all right. Keep on mocking up then.
Where's my knife at?
Keep on mocking up with new stuff.
You lost my knife.
You know the customer's always right here at Tatro's.
That's right. Okay, we're missing a pocket knife.
It's over there.
I used the sign on the wrong side. It's over here. Yep. They don't care if I use my new parts. And when you put on for really, oh, that's got a scratch on it. Can I have another one? Then they want it all to be perfect.
Yeah.
Then they're going to take all the plastic off. They have the bolts too because they're all glued on there. Here, give me a Torx head wrench behind you.
Where?
Drop the toolbox in the back.
Here.
Here what? I can't do everything around here.
Jesus Christ.
At least turn it this way so you can see what's happening over here. What is that?
Torx.
Look at the wrench a little bit closer.
732s.
Yeah.
Harbor Freight.
Pull it off. What kind of wrench is that? Does that look like a Torx head to you?
No, it sure doesn't. But
Yeah.
you didn't say that. Where do you, oh, Torx. There you go. All right.
Torx. See, those are Allens. Some
Gotcha,
metric
gotcha,
shit. A real American
gotcha.
crap. And then you got this
Torx.
foreign stuff that's Torx.
Okay.
I know what a Torx is. Is that Chinese? Because it's not.
No.
It's not metric.
I think it's
not-
French.
It's not American. I thought that's what the metric
It's
was.
like they
French.
say about the Statue of Liberty.
Frenchy little bastard. I thought.
That's what they say about the Statue of Liberty. She's French, you know.
If it's not French, it's not the world. I heard. Look at those stupid bolts. They fit right in that hole like they're made for it.
What do you call those bolts?
Torx head.
No, brake rotor bolts.
These are brake rotor bolts. All right. How's that look? Okay. Where's your other spacers at? Where's your axle?
Way too big of a brake drum on that thing.
It's not brake drum. It's brake rotor.
Way too big of a brake rotor.
disc.
You know what? I know enough about railroad brakes. You could have the best brakes there on the world. If it locks up, you got nothing. So go ahead and hang the best brakes in the world on there. All for show.
We like show around here. This is the mock-up bracket. This is the real bracket. This is the real caliper that we have to use. Unless he returns it, he doesn't like it. Can't mock it up very many times before we can't send it back. This is for an FXR. This is an FXR bike, isn't it?
Don't know.
It must be. It fits on the bike. It must be an FXR.
I'm not into any of this
Came with a spacer, so it must be the right one.
new stuff.
Where's my axle at? Well, the axle does not go in this direction, but in this case we're going to do it this way right now so I can figure out what I need. Here, come over, help me a little second. Hold the wheel. pull the spacer off over here. Here, put that back on. Are we centered? I like how that doesn't fit in there very well.
Well, why should it?
It's FXR, it should fit perfect.
It looks like it fits in there all right.
Way off. Gotta go this way a ton. We're not even close. I don't know why they gave us that crappy spacer. It's not even close to the right one. Alignment tool. Less than a finger. A full finger. Needs to go that way about 1/8 of an inch. So that space needs to be made bigger. And on this side here, we need something that's thinner.
Maybe you got them reversed.
I didn't have a spacer in there yet, so it could be reversed all we want. Okay, where do I have the box of spacers at? Right here. See, that box wasn't enough, so we got this box.
Yeah.
That looks like about the right one right there. Need something less than that one. So this one fits a 90 to 99 something. It's not the right one. Not right either. Put her back to a 3/4. We're not room around here. Specialty one right here. It's a little bit over 3/4.
Or in your terminology, a little more than a finger.
That's too big. We need something around 8/13 or something. Yeah, we need 8/15, 13. There's one that is about that size. Somewhere in here we have that width. Find it. Put 920s up off to the side. There we go. Oh, this is an ugly chrome one though. I mean zinc, this isn't chrome. Can't run crappy ass zinc pipe on this body.
Well, we're 2 weeks out on plating, so
No, I just have to buy the chrome one. I have chrome and zinc over here. You can't just have one color, one spacer. You have to have multiple colors for each spacer.
good luck.
That's why I buy everything they got. You buy 2 or 3 of everything they make, and then you always have what you need. Except when you don't have it, then you still don't have it. And you kind of lay them out over here in order until the customers get over here, and then they mix it all up for you. That's another zinc one. I got 2 zinc ones there, see? Imagine that. So that was 1 inch. That feels about right. What's that? That's like another zinc one. It's the right size, but it's zinc. There's another zinc one.
Well, this is going to take all night, so I'm shutting this off.
Take all night to find an access spacer. How about this one?